a new hairdo, a new cut, a new color.
Just come ahead and the lighting here is terrible.
Yeah, no.
Oh, it is. I need to, especially the look at this.
Oh my goodness, my babes.
It's a bed.
She ate.
Right? The lighting is bad. Girl, I don't like relaxing my hair. Oh, girl. Anywho, guys, I got my hair done. What's going on with this gimbal? What are you doing? Can this thing, I should app. I need to download that app, but I don't have space, but got my hair done. I need to relax my hair, guys. Obviously, you can see I'm tired. I will see properly on Friday or Saturday when I have my lashes done and all. Look at that.
Why do we keep doing that? Like, it's going this way. Like, no,
Yeah, no. That's... Yeah. Can I just take this moment to apologize to each and every one of y'all, and this thing is falling, to apologize to each and every one of y'all for always chewing gum. Guys, gum helps me focus, if I'm being honest. It just helps my brain just think a bit linear. So when I'm not eating gum, my mind is all over the place. My mind is still all over the place, when I'm eating gum, but it's just like more, But if it's rude and disrespectful, I do highly apologize. Okay? Yeah, please do forgive me. I'll try my utmost best to not eat gum while I'm vlogging. I would rate this first one, like, this is beautiful.
it's
gorgeous.
And the you didn't plan it.
I took my dress, the one I bought for Cape Town, because I don't like it and I made the skirt.
Oh.
It's a shame, like.
And then when I found out we were carrying I went to Chile and I wanted to dress.
I think, I speak a lot about this because I'm in lecture and I'm in foundation phase, and I think when I think about who the gatekeepers are, you touched on an interesting point of ourselves being the gatekeepers first and foremost. I think we kind of strive for this level of perfectionism, which puts a gate in front of us, because then you don't showcase, you don't show people what you've done, you don't show people the work you do on your own at night in your little studio, because you're afraid of it being not accepted or not being liked. So I think it is a self journey. I think it's a mental space also. The gatekeeping it's a huge mentality that we tell ourselves to stop ourselves from putting ourselves out there, and then we cry gate kept, or like, oh no, I didn't make it into the space because I was gate kept. But no, you didn't make it into that space because you never sent the email of your work to the people, you know. And we need to start also being, I think, honest about these people that we identify as gatekeepers, because I think the industry itself is so difficult to get into. We set it up that way. I think I've said that to my students so much, that the industry is so hard to get into, so hard to get into. But I think the difficult part to get into is you building enough confidence to just put yourself out there.
True.
To put your skew stitching out there. Because the more you put it out there, eventually it becomes a straight stitch, you know. Eventually it becomes a refined idea. Eventually it becomes, and it's through the vehicle we are talking about today, which is collaboration, you know. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to be perfect at the entire ecosystem. You're not going to be an amazing pattern maker and be great at construction and also be great at ideation and sketching. Sometimes we niche down into those spaces, and that's the best thing you can do for yourself, so that you find that individual lane, you know. And in your individual lane, you must compete with you from yesterday. You must compete with your previous collection. You must compete with your previous output. But, you know, I think the gatekeeper narrative in fashion and in creative spaces is I don't call it an excuse, 90s student. And I have absolutely nothing against the 90s student, but I immediately understand that student to be a future HOD. You might head a patterns department, you might head construction. You may or may not be the person who's heading creative direction, because sometimes when you've honed in on that technical skill to that extent, then sometimes your space is that technical skill. And then the students that are sometimes seen as not performing so well, if you're like a 50 student or a 60 student, those are my creative directors, if I could put it like that, because I think it takes a certain mental capacity to have the ability to pivot through the creative into the technical. So if you have a bit of both, you're usually subpar at the one, or you're usually still working on the one. So I think for me, what I try to bring to the table in terms of me and my interaction with my students is that I keep my expectations individualized and realistic. If I expect you to get a 90, that's because I know you're capable of a 90. And if I expect you to then deliver a creative, out-of-the-box concept design, then I'm gonna get that out of you, and I'm gonna come in and be like, this is boring. Because I know you're capable of more. That doesn't mean we're gonna get a 90 from this design, but we're gonna get out-of-the-box thinking, you know. And you can't have a blanket expectation from everybody. And I think sometimes that's where academia gets it wrong, especially when you're studying in a creative field. We get it wrong because we're like, oh no, but why isn't everybody getting 70s? Why isn't everybody getting 90s? And those mark positionings are the creative thinking positionings, you know. And also don't be discouraged as a design student who's getting 50, because it doesn't mean you're horrible. Maybe it just means you're the thinker. Maybe you just have great creative ideas that you need to send through to your HODs to get the patterns done, to get the construction done. And we need to start thinking of those roles as such, you know.
Custom the things, custom the wings. I had to custom the vibe, custom the link. Cover the back of the line, front cover magazine. Cover your eye, cut it up back of the beat.
Ah, the ghetto!
Feel like the trappers and trees. I'm in the lead. Nothing to see. I got a trap to the beat. I like the trap. it's my bad. Then my rap gon' walk you up. Step by step, I just go. Niggas got anything you might love. I couldn't do that, that's what my love. With my VR, in the tub. I gave you 50 to boost up your blood. I gave you that juice, you had to get up. I tried to chew you, you had to go up. Know what to do. Nothing that I'm in it, doing is supposed to dominate. Just got a couple of vibrations to listen to me. She fill my mind up with ideas. I'm the hottest in the room. Hope I make it out of here. She saw my eyes, she knew. I see some things that you ain't get. I'm doing a show, I be like Snoop. That ain't what she wanted hear. Now I got it in my room. Ladies wrapped around my wrist. Got the best start soon. Oh, we make it out of here. When I'm with you, I feel alive. You say you love me, don't you lie? Won't cut my heart, don't wanna die. Keep the pistol on the side. We ain't stressing about the loot. My blood made a case of real. This not the money, this the boat. Ain't no coming back from here.